Let me make sure my audio is all at the right levels. Hello Ziegward, hello Alyssa. The Uchigatana is indeed Uchi coming, and yeah, Silksong tomorrow. Actually, this time, it's funny. Um, hello Krista, welcome. I've been pretty excited for this stream for a few reasons. I mean, it's a really simple weapon, which means this is going to be a really simple run. You know, we just go to the Berg and get it immediately. And then... I mean, that's kind of it, actually. That's all the special stuff. But I've been wanting to do this run because I want to use a couple rings that I don't usually use. Namely the Dark Wood Grain ring and the Silver Serpent ring. Just because I feel like that makes sense for a build. Oops. Imagine missing completely. Couldn't be me. It's funny because... I mean, it's been a meme this whole time, you know? Silksong tomorrow is real this time, though. Okay, I'm just gonna be safe about this and not get hit by the Asylum Demon. Hello, deadest man alive. I've done this in Dark Souls. I mean, I've used this weapon in this game before. I just haven't done a video with it. I mean, I did the Chaos Blade and whatever, but I never did the actual Uchigatana. So I'm interested to see how it'll perform. I mean, again, I've used it, but I'm just not, like, aware of how good or bad it actually is. But in Dark Souls 3, I don't know. I found that run specifically underwhelming. Uchi has come and so have I. Well, hopefully I live up to your Uchigatana expectations. Number 1, shocking. Hello Quaylag. Hello Oak. Hello Gonrak. I also didn't say hi to you. Alright, yeah, I wanted the black fire bombs both for this, but also so I could kill the merchant a little bit easier. Not like it's hard, but why would I make it a cult? Came to say hi. Well, thank you for coming by to say hi, Smo. I hope you sleep well and have a good night. Yeah, I'm being forced to play Silksong. I mean, I would do it anyway, but I am also being forced to play Silksong. What's the strength requirement? I'm gonna get the weapon before I try to level anything. Bugs, says being Lex, indeed. Thank you so much, Mo. Just because of that, I think this run will go amazingly well. Hello, Orion. Welcome. Yeah, Krista, that's what I mean by being forced. You're the one forcing me. I don't know, forcing is a strong word, but I think it's funny to say that. Strength minimum is 14? That's a lot higher than I expected, actually. That's fine. Not hard to get to, but higher than I expected. Excuse me. Thank you. I don't think the enemies will chase me down here, but I'm just gonna do that. Alright. Let me throw bombs! Shut up! Okay. I don't know, maybe he shouldn't have the Uchigatana. Good thing he isn't in chat. True. Next thing we know, someone's gonna change their name to Undead Merchant. Okay. That's not the strength minimum. Okay, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Probably shouldn't have been doing that. I can't even two-hand it yet. Thank you so much, Krista. Krista abusing the pay-to-win system once again. Thank you so much. That means a lot. I know I say it every time, but it doesn't lose any of its meaning. Not cool. Oh, right. I can't use the Uchi. I forgot. I don't know why I have it equipped. Oh my goodness. That makes me mid-roll? Is it that heavy? Okay. Everything's fine. Oh, I tried to backstab, but I wasn't close enough. Anyway. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a quality weapon. Um, just from like requirements. And then I like just from experience, I kind of figured it would at least have E and strength, you know? But I checked the wiki yesterday, to get the picture and whatever for the thumbnail. And nope. Your decks. Drank a lot of Kool-Aid. I hope you enjoyed that Kool-Aid. Giving money to your girlfriend is unethical. Krista has some crimes to pay for then. Excuse me. Excuse me. Jesus. Okay, to the depths. Actually, I should... Well, I don't know. I don't know why I grabbed those souls if I'm going straight to the depths. It doesn't matter. What's good, gamers? Hope you're, hope you're having a wacky Wednesday on this sunny Sunday afternoon. For those of you who don't know, which I assume is the majority of you, there was a clip that Anthony recorded while we were playing Five Nights at Freddy's. Well, I think it was Help Wanted. Standard upgrade? I always do. No reason to go for anything else other than maybe crystal, depending on the weapon. Oops. Come on. I got this. Yeah, there's nothing else interesting on September 11th. Just the Night Rain hard mode. There they hit the second Night Rain. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is the one. It was not the one. Are you kidding me? Halfway through the game. Yeah, something like that. Okay, here we go. You would think I would be, like, semi-consistent at this by now, but nope. You'd be extremely wrong. It might not be a bad idea to pick up some random soul items as I go through here, just for leveling's sake. What's the... Jesus. I did have a sore throat, so I'll probably be coughing a little bit today. Hopefully not too much. What's the minimum strength requirement? 14... 11 plus 4... 11? 11 strength? So I'm 2 off. 95% on your linear algebra final. Congratulations, Anthony. That's better than I would have done. Fucking nerd. Yeah, okay. Excuse me. Thank you. Yeah, Laurentius just has a sixth sense for the location of the chosen undead. Excuse me. Orcasaurus. Incredible. That's actually hilarious. That you got such a good score out of a lot of guesswork. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. Excuse me. I don't know, I'm sure they were educated guesses. Okay, I just want that thing. Just give me the thing. Okay. What's looking like song? I don't know, probably literally everyone tomorrow. The Butch and Butchers, true. Okay, soul items. I have 1, and I don't think that's gonna get me 2 levels. That's fine. 1 level. Okay, need 1 more. I'm gonna get the very large ember now? Yeah. Probably a good idea. I've never taken linear algebra. I didn't go to college. Believe it or not. The girl who streams Dark Souls for a living hasn't gone to college. Yeah, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people immediately uploading song content. Beating the game in an hour and a half. I'm gonna try to go spoilerless. I don't know. Personally, I haven't been keeping up with Silksong news. The only reason that I even know the release date, aside from like my Discord, is because I happened to be in the room with Krista when they announced it. So I think I'm relatively safe from spoilers. I watched a little bit of that one speedrunner guy, but not enough that there's going to be Silksong content on my YouTube homepage. Where are you going? Okay, whatever. Pardon me. Yeah, the best part about not being in the loop with Silksong is that I don't have to worry about spoilers. I don't know, it's like fire or something. I don't know. You just don't like metroidvanias? I mean, generally, there's some good ones. Yeah, Fireborn, I think, probably. Probably. I don't know, like, I feel like Metroidvanias aren't good because they're Metroidvanias most of the time. There are exceptions to that. Oh god, there's one that's really good that's specifically a Metroidvania that's like predicated exclusively on it being a Metroidvania, and it's really good. It's like this random indie game that I really like, and I've played it a lot. And it's like an hour-long game on your first playthrough. But it's really good. Or like, I don't know, like, would you consider Tunic a Metroidvania? Because if so, then that game is entirely good. Not because it's a Metroidvania, but I don't know. Good Metroidvanias capture you on something that isn't a Metroidvania. Like, I don't know, Tunic has good combat. And that's what drew me in the first place, right? Fe, F-E, is like a really pretty game with a really nice, like, aesthetics and everything. Hollow Knight has good combat. Ori is beautiful, has good music, and is, has really fun platforming, you know? Can you stop? Like, I don't know. I feel like in order to have a good Metroidvania, it has to be a good game without the Metroidvania aspect, and then add the Metroidvania aspect on top of that. Yeah, I love Ori. The Ori games are some of my favorite games ever. They're so good. Open world games, if they were based? Depends on the Metroidvania. Ori is pretty linear, but it's still definitely a Metroidvania, right? Then you have, like, I don't know, Super Metroid, which is very, very open in a lot of ways. Anthony, I feel like you just haven't played a good Metroidvania. Yeah, Ingrid isn't very smart. Favorite non-Souls game? Oh god. That's a really good question. Dark Souls 1 is my favorite game of all time. Dark Souls 2 doesn't break the top 10, despite being my second favorite Souls game. And that's saying a lot because I adore Dark Souls 2. I played the closed network test of the Sonic Crossworlds thing. It was fun. I don't know, but the track layouts are kind of boring, if I'm being honest. Deltarune is pretty good, but I wouldn't put it in my top 10. God, I mean, like, CarQuest is up there, because I'm insane. There's so many games that are like, is this a soul item? It is. Sonic 06 is also up there. Sonic and the Black Knight is also up there. Super Mario 64, Spyro 2. Um, God, I don't know. I don't know what I would say is my favorite game that isn't a Souls game, because it's hard to like rank them for me, you know? The only reason Dark Souls I would say is unequivocally and definitely my favorite is just because of how much of an impact it's had on my life in general, right? Like, I mean, it's literally my living right now. And it's done so much for me in so many different ways, on top of just being an incredible game. But like beyond that, like I don't know. Because they're all like really, really good games. You can't believe CarQuest is up there? Anthony, you see how I am with CarQuest, you know. You've experienced the CarQuest fever that I got in like 2018 or whatever. 2019. I don't know if I need to kill this guy to be safe here, but I'm going to. I've been playing a lot of Night Rain, so being able to backstab chain feels wrong. And like, if you've seen even half of the videos, not even, if you've seen like one of the videos that I've made about CardQuest, like, it should be pretty obvious. It's not even necessarily because the game itself is so incredible, it's just, I mean, it is. I really love the game. But it's also just like, what it's done for my brain. I don't know. I'm pretentious about video games, you know this. I'll go back to a lot of my top 10s, but not all of them for sure. Here we go. You've given up your CarQuest goal so you can play Silksong? Yeah, Ocarina of Time is up there. Not as much as like Mario 64. I love Ocarina of Time. But like, I have a hard time saying that it's in my top 10. I don't know. I really love Ocarina of Time. I don't know. It's hard to say. I guess I can just go this way, actually. I was gonna die and walk back from Firelink, but I mean, this is faster, and I should have the soul items I need to wield the weapon. Yeah, Tetris in general is one of my favorite games of all time. Mirror's Edge is also another one like that, where the psychological effect matters a lot more to me than the game itself. Though Mirror's Edge is just an incredible game already. Trying to think. Tetris Effect is probably my favorite Tetris game, so that just like immediately gets into the top 10 by that basis alone. Hello, Mads. Welcome. Hi, Drakes. Get to 14 strength, and then I will only be leveling dexterity for a good while. Actually, I'll probably level endurance a little bit. It's kind of crazy that the bandit's knife is just kind of better. Not bandit's knife, but the axe, the battle axe, is better on the bandit class for crits, just because of the raw damage, than the bandit's knife, which is specifically designed for crits. You know. Any game involving baseball, like the baseball minigame in Tetris Plus. Does that count? Why am I killing this guy? He deserves it. You looked at me funny. Okay, now I should actually equip the Uchi. Super Smash Bros. I mean, I spent a lot of time playing Smash Ultimate, but I really don't think it would be up there. I just fell off of it too hard, and I can't really go back in the same way anymore. Fallout 3 is the game with the most baseball ever. Yeah, like I said, I've used the Uchi a little bit. Not a dramatic amount, though. I think I used it for one playthrough near the beginning of my experience with Dark Souls. Oh, Cross Crush Shield? I don't know, I don't think I need it for stamina management. Not with the Uchi. No. No teleporting. Okay. Hey, a chunk. That's what I needed. Yeah. Like, I got really competitive in Smash Ultimate. You and I were on par with each other for a long time, Anthony. Um, I mean, when we first started, not when we first started, a little bit after we first started, I would say I was a tiny bit better than you, and then you just like took off. um, and I don't know, you were part of that journey with me, you know. Cutest small souls enemy? Are we counting crystal lizards? Do Pasakas count as small? I have a lot of qualifying questions. Wow, that is a lot worse than I was expecting it to be. Not that one. Okay. Everything's fine. Okay, I'm just gonna use this for now. Pasakas are big. I mean, they're human-sized. They're a little bit bigger than human-sized. Is Havel small? Yeah, Havel's small. We never played after COVID, did we? We should play Smash at some point together. You're gonna absolutely wipe the floor with me. But, I don't know, I think that'd be fun. Lighttown Fire Dogs? Those are tiny. Are we counting crystal lizards? Havel, this is just the Dark Souls 1 PvP experience, man. I understand it hurts, but you gotta learn somehow. Octodon? The massive dragon tooth is sheer compensation. The implications in that sentence are uncountable. Oh my goodness, I almost missed that. Too easy of a choice? Okay. The fire dogs are tiny. There aren't that many small Dark Souls enemies, though, is the problem, right? Like, off the top of my head, there are the mosquitoes, the slimes, arguably, the rats, and the fire dogs, which are absolutely not it. I don't know, there just aren't that many choices. A Havel plush? Sunlight maggot? Sunlight maggots are gross. I don't know. I don't think you count as a Dark Souls enemy, though, Krista. Baby skeletons? Those things are gross, too. All the small stuff in Dark Souls is awful. The frogs? True, the frog rays! That's it. It's gotta be it, the frog rays. I don't think there's much competition, admittedly, but it's gotta be the frog rays. Krista, if you counted as a Dark Souls enemy, you wouldn't even need to be the cutest small enemy. Like, you would just win. Yeah, that's the problem. So it wouldn't give a chance to any Dark Souls enemy. Large shards. That means I only need to buy one from the merchant guy. Vagrant? I forgot about vagrants. I don't know. I wouldn't call vagrants cute. They're like pretty, but I wouldn't call them cute. Good vagrants are pretty cute. I don't know. I would still say the frog rays are cuter. It's the behavior of the good vagrants that makes them cute, I think. While the frog rays are just cute in every aspect. So I feel like that's unfair. I want to kill the... I have bleed on Uchi, right? 300? Yeah. I'm gonna go for Stray then, before upgrading my weapon. Frogs are just that good, true. Actually, no, that's not small. Cutest Dark Souls enemy in general, though, would either have to go to Pasakas or the Moonlight Butterfly, which I feel like... Or the Moonlight Butterflies, I guess, because there are multiple of them. Which I feel like is saying a lot, because Seats sucks. But, you know. Yeah, if the crystal lizards don't count. I don't know. Dark Souls 1 specifically, because if we're also including Dark Souls 3, the rock lizards are also pretty cute. I guess they're bigger, though, than crystal lizards. You can also buy a lot of the... I forgot, you could kick them. That's funny. You can also buy infinite curses, the transient curses, and then you can drop those, and then teleport away, and that'll spawn a good vagrant. Or it'll spawn an item bag, which will turn into a good vagrant. Alright, have a good night, Mats. Sleep well. Thank you for being here while you could. Dark Souls 2 Bell Keepers? Absolutely not. Dark Souls 1 cats? I hate those things. I don't know, I'm kind of biased with the Moonlight Butterfly, but I do think they're cute. That's the word I would use for them. Seats put his whole cloaca into it. I don't know. I like their Pasakas quite a bit. Oh my god. I would not consider the Mushroom Kids fun to kill, but, you know, whatever. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. Uh-oh. I'm extremely used to not Dark Souls 1. This feels so weird to play. Oh my goodness. Get out of here! Thank you. I should use the kick button more. Gwendolyn? Eh. Gwendolyn's cute, but I don't know. Doesn't have the same vibe. Hey, a Titanite Shard. It's like a Pasaka. Just feel bad. It's real. Oh, between Gwendolyn and Mikola? Gwendolyn, by far. Just because Mikola's weird and annoying, and I don't like the boss fight with Primordon. I'm pretty sure this guy can bleed. There it is. Okay, gonna grab this for later. Gonna grab this. And then with that, with soul items, should get me to +5. Feel worse about killing Pasakas and the Mushroom Kids? Yeah, same. Definitely. The Mushroom Kids, in my mind, are just mushrooms. They're fungus, you know? They don't have thoughts and feelings. That's how I justify it to myself anyway. That's probably more than I need. Yeah. Excuses. Okay, I need 7 of those. Okay. Mushrooms are cool, but they don't... They're not like tortured women, you know? It's different. I've been banned for a long time just because I modded the game, but I mean, I've played online quite a bit with my second Steam profile, and I've never been hacked or anything on Prepare to Die on Remastered. I mean, getting banned on Prepare to Die is impressive, but I've never been hacked by anyone in any of the games. Farming the baby skeletons for humanity made you think they were cute and silly? I mean, I get it, but I don't like them. Oh, you know what? Actually, before fighting the Stray Demon, I am going to go down and get the Silver Serpent Ring, because I want to get that anyway. Kind of go with like a thief-ish build, I don't know. Also, I want to get the Silver Serpent Ring, because I'm wearing one as we speak, and I think that's fun. I'm gonna level up Endurance a tiny bit. I'm gonna go Dex to 40. Guess I can put that on for now as well. Put these back on. Of course I'm still wearing it. What do you mean? Why would I have taken it off? I sure hope it would be. It's been like not even 2 weeks, I don't think. Has it been 2 weeks? I don't think it's been 2 weeks. Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3? Yeah, I've never been hacked in either of them. Like, I'm sure it does happen, but, like, it's just such a small risk. Okay. Oh, Pinwheel gives 20,000 souls too, huh? I kind of forgot about that. Play the online raw dog in the online experience. I don't plan on taking this ring off for a long time, so I think I think that's something you don't need to worry about, Krista. Got a lot of hackers in 3. I don't know. I didn't play it in its prime by any means. I played 3 for the first time in 2018 and avoided online like the plague. And in the times that I played since then, before I was banned, I don't know. I never experienced anything like that. But I did mod the game pretty early. Is it worse on console? I wonder. That's fine. It's just Pinwheel. I don't need to do any preparations. That's not great damage, but it's fine. Probably. Just gotta not get greedy, and everything will be okay. Get this guy out of here. Can Pinwheel bleed, I wonder? Where are they? He can bleed. Good to know. This is why people don't know Pinwheel as a phase 2, because he stands there for 5 minutes doing nothing while starting the phase. Dark Souls 3 PvP is kind of trash. That's what they said about Dark Souls 1 PvP. Console has almost no hackers. I got banned because I think I played with a randomizer. I don't remember. It was either randomizer or like the mod that changes all the scaling to be extremely high. So you just get stupid numbers. Convergence or whatever? Something like that. I need to remember specifically to not rest in here. Okay. Let's see if I can make this drop first try as well. Honestly, probably not a bad idea to back up my save here. For safety. Because if I don't make this jump, I'm gonna have to run all the way back down, and I do not want to do that. If I could find my save file. There it is. And back that up. Hopefully, I won't have to use the backup, but better safe than sorry, I suppose. Yeah, I just didn't care about playing online, so I didn't worry about going offline when I was playing with mods. So I'm just kind of banned now. And I do have the second Steam profile to play with people that I want to play with. Okay, cool. Give me that. And get me out of there. Ah! Okay. Hold on, let me get to a safer position. And not in the middle of 3 skeleton beasts. Okay, everything's fine. True, Dark Souls 2 online for the Cave of Bloodstains is incredibly important. Okay, dexterity up a bit. That is, like, the most important part of Dark Souls 2. A promise ring? Yeah. I've never been big on PvP either way, so I've never worried about online anything. And, like, I play Embered in Dark Souls 3, but I'm already banned, right? So, and then in Elden Ring, I don't ever use the thing that lets me get invaded, and I play solo most of the time. Unless I'm playing Seamless, where I disable invasions because I'm just trying to, like, play casually with a friend, and I don't like invasions in that context. So. Arguably, in my personal opinion, going up the Great Hollow is a lot easier than going up the Tomb of the Giants and Blighttown. Not Blighttown, the Catacombs, only because going up the Great Hollow is really obvious. Going up the Catacombs is not at all. Like, I spent so long trying to just figure out where I was supposed to go. This weapon is a lot faster than I expected, actually. For some reason, in my brain, I remember thinking that this was a slow weapon the first time I used it. When you stopped being a teenage boy. Interesting. Okay. This is a good range weapon for rocking bleeds during the explosion and stuff too. Oh my goodness. Not quite as fast as the bandit's knife, but better damage overall. So, not like that matters. Not that bleed is going to be incredibly important for anything, but it'll be a nice bonus on the bosses that are susceptible to it. Oh. Oh, talking about the Estus refill mechanic in Dark Souls 1 that people, for some reason, constantly confused with the Estus refill mechanic in Dark Souls 3, which works completely differently and has nothing to do with the online, and mired my entire search for how that mechanic works in the first place. I hated that. That was really annoying. Fun fact, the Estus refill mechanic in Dark Souls 3 works entirely on a random chance from certain enemies, and has nothing to do with being online. I made a whole video about that. Plus 15 before the first bell? I suppose I could. How many chunks do I have? 3. I could, yeah. Yeah, there's a seamless co-op for Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 3, and Elden Ring. And I think they're working on one for Dark Souls 2. There's also kind of one for Night Rain. I mean, it's not like literally seamless co-op because it's already seamless. But it's it has like the character, I mean the co-op limit is increased, I believe, to 6. And some other like co-op changes. I should probably rest before I do this, but I don't care. The Dark Souls 3 Estus recovery video is some of the most work that I've ever put into a video. And I really like it. I'm really proud of that video. The fact that it got called an honorary Dark Souls Dissected is my proudest achievement in the world. Honorary Dark Souls Dissected? Jesus. Oh yeah, and I have face cam in that one. I kind of forgot about that. That's like the last thing I think of when I think about that, because Illusory Wall is in it. Like, huh? Illusory Wall did a thing with me? But, you know. I'm very excited for Dark Souls 2 Seamless. I'm gonna play Dark Souls 2 with so many people. I'm not gonna have to worry about soul memory, so I'll be able to go kill the Rotten 15 times and still be able to play the video game with people. Ugh. Gonna be pure bliss. Okay, I'm gonna kill the giants. Oh my god! They are susceptible to bleed. Of course I'm gonna play it with you. You're like first on the docket. I mean, Scholar is the superior version anyway. So, you know. Your dollar bills. Yeah, but the better Dark Souls 2 experience. You're telling me that you don't want to go into the forest to get a cool weapon prior to beating the center? How else can you get a branch in vanilla? Because there's the one after the center, which is the easiest to get by far, which is really stupid. And then in Scholar, you can get the one from, what's her name? Gutter? That sucks. That's awful. I'm so glad I got Scholar first. Lead. Oh. Go ahead and... Oh. I knew that was gonna one-shot me. I'm gonna do this. Don't worry about what just happened. Do in Harvest Valley. Harvest Valley is not that way. I always get Harvest Valley is after Huntsman's Copse, which is through... You have to get the... Okay, yeah. Yeah, the one behind the center is still a lot... like, progression-wise, a lot simpler to get. Personally, I don't fancy fighting the Skeleton Lords that early. I don't know why I just said that. I've never used those words in my life. Can you rest at a bonfire while in death cam? I should have done that. I know for future reference. I don't know. I just think it makes sense to get the one from the center first. Like, technically, you know, you can fight the Dragon Rider and then go through the Skeleton Lords and get the ones there, but it just feels weird. I don't know. Especially when you could just buy one from Malentia. Little known fact about Senskip. If you die inside Sen's fortress, you can actually you can actually just do this. So, you know, you don't have to do it again. I definitely did not use DSR Gadget to do that. That would be insane. Lie to my viewers like that? It's crazy. Okay, I need to kill the 2 giants, and then I need to kill the 2 black knights. Trans girl wizardry. Got in legit without ringing the bells? Yeah. It's just, I can just do that. Every copy of Dark Souls is personalized. Any percent is dead after this trick. Hey, there we go. Okay, one more. Here we go. 420 hours in Dark Souls 2. Yeah, that's a good point. I think I am almost at 1,000 hours on Steam for Dark Souls Remastered. The gender differences have to do with animation speeds, which actually affect your movement speeds for certain things. So the male character has faster acceleration and also faster deceleration, while the female character has slower acceleration and slower deceleration, which makes certain glitches harder to do, if not straight up impossible, among other things. Okay. Cool. Dark sexism. So true. So dumb. There's an ice cream truck outside. My microphone might or might not pick that up. I am not sure. Okay. I love quitting out right as the boulder comes around the corner. It's so menacing. I need to get a new brace. The Velcro on this one is wearing out. I want to get the dark wood grain ring. Get ice cream. All right, let me switch to my phone. Start streaming on my phone and get the camera and go down and get ice cream. Live on stream. It's not even... It's September. Why is there an ice cream truck in September? I guess it's kind of hot outside, but... That's actually, like, surprisingly high damage for a +7. Shock element cannot be delayed. I need one of those SpongeBob popsicles with the gumball eyes. This is more important than Dark Souls. SDSR installed on their phone. If I could do that, I would have done that years ago. Does that make me a nerd? Or ice cream? No, it looks so bad she cried. That's unfortunate. Favorite ice cream from the ice cream truck? I don't know. I don't actually get ice cream that much. Usually when I get ice cream, it's just like a tub. Hello, Manu Bunny. Welcome. Yeah, I also own Dark Souls on every device I own that can support it. I have Dark Souls Remastered on Switch, I have Dark Souls Remastered, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, and Elden Ring on PlayStation. Then I have all of them on Steam as well, including Prepare to Die Edition and Dark Souls 2 Vanilla, actually. So, you know, extremely neurotypical behavior. Ice cream tub? Ugh. Orange cream is up there. I don't think I usually get that, though. Dark chocolate cookies and cream is really good. Chocolate peanut butter is really good. Your Joy-Cons worked, you'd get Dark Souls 1 on Switch. I mean, it's just like Prepare to Die with the Dark Souls Remastered menu changes. It makes sense that it didn't have crossplay. It's a different game. Basically. I need one of these. Not these. One of these. Okay, let me go kill the giant and then get the elevator. Yeah, I would say probably chocolate peanut butter is my favorite flavor of ice cream. Very good. Actually, I guess I can get the cage now and just not go down with it. Yeah, beat him with half the FPS and completely different graphics. Genius. Switch Remastered and Prepare to Die on PC. The main differences are just like the remastered menu quality of life changes. So like quantity use is a big one. Whereas you can't do meme rolls as easily. Wait, really? I thought that was one of the things that was actually different. Okay, do I have a bone? No. Oops. Yeah, the bonfire by Vamos. I mean, there are like actual differences between Prepare to Die and Dark Souls Remastered on Switch, but they're not incredibly dramatic by any means. Worse audio quality, really? I mean, that makes sense, actually, but I never listened close enough to tell. Okay, I kind of want to buy the crest so I can so I can join the forest hunters and then get Shiva and Blighttown so I can get the Darkwood Grain Ring easier. But I also want to, like, level up. I'll buy it. Very rare that I buy the crest. Have a good night, Krista. Sleep well. Thank you for being here while you could. Wait, range at 60 FPS is... Oh, it's the... I don't know it was the FPS that mattered. I thought it was, like, differences in how the actual, like, weight system worked behind the scenes. I guess that makes sense, though. Dark Souls is not known to work well in multiple frame rates. I'm really bad at meme rolling, even in 60 FPS, just because I don't understand that timing. Like, I know it's different for every drop, but my brain just refuses to understand that. Well, the reason I didn't think the FPS mattered as much on Remastered as it does on Prepare to Die is because they fixed a lot of the physics bugs, right? They fixed, like, getting stuck on random ledges and whatever. So I don't know, I just kind of figured that wasn't the issue. And not their life savings. Yeah, she spent her life savings on other things. Apparently. Okay, they stopped chasing you when you talked to Alvina, right? Yeah. Well, yeah, but you need to be in your iframes while hitting the ground, right? So the timing does matter a bit. Okay, I think he's gonna show up in Blighttown now. Actually, if I quit out. I don't know, I'm just gonna assume that he's gonna be in Blighttown. I think. Okay, yeah. Yeah, just a slideshow at Blighttown. That's how Prepare to Die is. Remastered fixed a lot of the performance issues as well, actually, because Blighttown has just, like, never really been an issue. Like, even when I play on Prepare to Die on my PC, I will get, like, the occasional stutter. At least as far as I know, they fixed performance issues. I don't know if that's something that they did intentionally for Blighttown specifically, you know, or if it's just, like, some random differences that I don't notice between the two that make it stutter slightly in Prepare to Die. But oh my god. Krista! Jesus Christ. This is why your name has 3 A's, isn't it? Thank you so much. That's so much money. You give me so much money. Thank you. Oh my god. Orium, don't goad her anymore, please. Oh my god. Okay, I completely lost my train of thought. I need to kill the Black Knights, which means I can go through Taurus Demon. Wait, this way. I need to go this way. This way's probably faster. Again, every time this happens, I feel like I don't express my gratitude very clearly, but I am extremely grateful for every cent given to me. And And I feel like at the point where I'm utterly baffled that someone would give me that much money, I just like don't know what to do. Good night, Krista. I wonder how much money actually matters to first place. I mean, to the chat rankings. I'm sure it matters quite a bit, but I can't imagine that it's impossible to overtake a $50 thing. It's probably really hard, especially in a 3-hour stream, but, you know, it might be possible. Gotta keep that chat rate up for the algorithm. That's the problem, Krista. Just as at 4,000. That's interesting. I didn't know there was an XP thing that you could see. I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, speaking of algorithm stuff, if you're enjoying the stream, I would very much appreciate a like on the stream. It does genuinely matter for the algorithm. And me actually being able to get money and survive. I mean, that's less of an issue with Krista here, I guess. But it is still very much appreciated. Sharing, subscriptions, I mean, all of that, like, actually really does matter for the algorithm. Yeah, I know you will. And I will not get any less baffled. That's actually quite a bit of damage. That's a lot more damage than I expected. I guess I'm almost at a plus 15, and we're, you know, in the berg, but... Excuse me. Just my producer. Alright, Krista. I have a proposition. Okay, I do need one more, right? Yeah. Yeah? Yeah, because I need 3. Calamite? Fine. I'll do Calamite for $5. I fought Calamite at level 1 with Dragon form yesterday. I think I can deal with fighting Calamite with a plus 15 Uchigatana, very much not at level 1 today. Oh, the proposition was being my producer. I don't know. I don't know how that works with YouTubers. And frankly, I don't really care because it was kind of just a bit, but you know. Third for the rest of you. Okay. Yeah, Titanite chunk, and then we'll go from there. I don't think I ever activated the Hellkite Drake. No, it's just before the merchant. Never mind, I did. Yeah, this is absolutely... The routing is my favorite part of any Dark Souls 1 playthrough, for sure. It's so much fun to just be able to, like, go anywhere at any time. I need to rest so that the dragon, or the Drake will actually come down. I wonder if bigger donations give you proportionally more XP. I don't know. I'm not good at math. Sleep well, Krista. I hope you actually sleep this time. Does Silver Serpent Ring, oops, actually decrease the amount of souls that you need for... Not decrease the amount of souls, but like decrease the amount of enemies you need to kill for the worm head? I'm actually not sure if that affects that. I'm sure it does, but I've never like considered that interaction. There we go. Lily, thank you so much. I care about the algorithm because it means more money. But Um, I accidentally just headbutted my microphone. My brain is not functioning, I guess. Direct money is a lot more money, admittedly, than algorithm money, but I thank you so much. I am extremely grateful for even just watching my videos and streams and just being here, so thank you. Thank you so much. A positionless hack. Hey, you're still here in this stream. I'm still extremely grateful for you. Actually, speaking of, I have 16 weapons, not including this one left, to do streams for in this game. And after that, like, I have a few streams that I want to redo. I don't need that. Right? Like, I want to redo the Dragon Bone Fist run because that did not go well. I want to redo Velka's Rapier because that also didn't go well. And then I think it'd be pretty fun to, like, end it on the Scythe because that was my first stream ever. My first Dark Souls stream ever. And I think that'd be fun to be, like, my last Dark Souls 1 random weapon playthrough stream. But then after that, like, I can do mods. Like, there is other Dark Souls 1 stuff that I want to stream. But it's just gonna be different, you know? And then from there, like, I want to do this format with a different game, but I don't know what game to do. It's like Dark Souls 2. Every single run is gonna take so long, right? And then Dark Souls 3, I don't know it well enough to be able to complete it. So that's gonna take, like, at least 2 streams of playthrough. With Demon Souls, too few people watch it. To make it, like, my main stream game. Just for, like, algorithm purposes. And, like, don't get me wrong, I love the Demon Souls streams, and I will keep doing them. Once I'm, like, mentally capable of doing that, right? But, it's just, like, I don't know where to go from there. I don't know. I'll figure it out. And I definitely do want to keep doing weekly streams. But it's going to be different soon. And I don't know how I feel about that. I guess I do also want to do the starting weapon streams, which I want to make that, like, a stream every day for a couple weeks. Instead of, you know, once a week. So that won't be 10 separate weeks. That'll be probably 4 streams a week for a couple weeks. But we'll see. Yeah, I know it's possible to beat Dark Souls 3 in 3 hours. I'm just not good at it. So that's going to be a little bit harder for me personally to do. Especially, like, consistently, right? But, look, I'm happy to, like, start Dark Souls 3 and take, you know, do a 2-hour stream one day, or, you know, 2.5-hour stream one day, 2.5-hour stream the next day, and, like, finish the run and whatever. But 10k is drunk stream. Yeah, the drunk stream will 1000% be in Dark Souls 1. It's the only game I know well enough to play even semi-competently while drunk. So that absolutely will be Dark Souls 1. It probably won't be just like a normal weapon stream. I don't remember what I said I was going to do for that. We'll figure it out. I think I wanted to make a joke with it, but I don't remember what it was. The rapier doesn't dealt occult damage. Oh, Velka's rapier? Yeah. I mean, I rarely use it. I think I've used it twice ever, and one of those was that stream that I did very poorly in, because I didn't have caffeine that day. I don't even think I successfully beat Menace, which is why I want to redo that stream. And there are weapons that, like, I haven't done streams with that I could absolutely do streams with, but I want to do videos with them. I have videos planned, fun video ideas that I want to do, right? Like the Black Knight weapons. I've only done the Black Knight Great Axe, because the other ones are just like, everyone's used these weapons. So I feel like streaming with them would be pretty underwhelming. And as much as it could be like, okay, well, I mean, it's just a stream to stream, right? Which I absolutely, that's kind of what these are. I'm just streaming to stream and hang out with people in the stream. But it's also like, I'm also experiencing weapons that I haven't experienced before that I think are interesting and fun and cool. So, I don't know. Dual stream? I did that for the chasers. I don't know. I don't know. The Black Knight weapons, I want to do up to New Game +4 with that, like I did with the Blacksmith hammers. And like I have a bunch of videos like that planned. I have Soul Level 1 Morning Star. I have Soul Level 1 Jagged Ghostblade plans. I have like the 2 whips that I haven't used. I want to do those in a video. That's not the way I want to go. So like there is absolutely other stuff that I want to do with weapons that I haven't used in Dark Souls 1. And eventually I'll have used every single weapon. Which again is like, I don't know, probably not even 6 months coming. And then it's like, okay, now I have to figure out other stuff to stream. I've done a couple, I don't do RP runs, but I've done like cosplay runs, which are fun. But those are usually just to highlight a weapon, right? Like, with, what's his name? Goldman. Fab Man. The reason I did that run, that cosplay run, was for the Shodel, right? Or Kirk was for the Thorn Ring, or Thorn Sword. Whatever it's called. I suppose there are other, like, non-standard weapons. Yeah, logic. There are other non-standard weapons I could do, right? Like, I could do, like, a Bone Wheel Shield run. I think that would be fitting for a stream format, but I also kind of did that with the Bone Wheel run. So it's like, I don't want to retread that. Abhorrent nickname. That's what he is. I don't know. It's not my fault. I didn't give him his name. It was his mom. Or his dad. Do I have a second one? No, okay. I don't know what second one I would have gotten. Seatha's the fat man? Seatha's also a fat man. But, Latrek is the fat man. Goon man. Yeah, Seatha's Goon man. I don't know. Maybe I'll just play like a bunch more Dark Souls 3 in the few months I have left. Just to like get really good at it and see what happens. Oops. Maybe I should start like speedrunning Dark Souls 3. The problem with that is like in Dark Souls 1 I have so much knowledge, right? Like even outside of just like the ability to route through the game. I have knowledge on glitches to like skip huge parts of the game. I can do Sin Skip and get to Anor Londo and use any like post Anor Londo weapon for the majority of the game, right? I can do that with Dark Souls 2 as well, but that's also a really long game. Runs for that, if I do all bosses, which I think is just more fun to do for Dark Souls 2 specifically, especially with like DLC, runs like that take, you know, 12 hours sometimes, like 10 to 12 hours. Which could be 3 streams, sure, but I don't know, it just feels like a lot to stream. And if I didn't do all bosses, I could probably do, you know, a 5-hour run. But that just doesn't feel good to do in Dark Souls 2. I don't know. Here's Goon Library and Goon Cave, yeah. And another problem with Dark Souls 3 is there are weapons that I'm just not going to be able to use for the majority of the game, right? Like, if I wanted to use... I don't know, like, the Twink Prince's sword. I would have to do that in New Game Plus, you know? I'm not going to be able to do a full run with one of their swords without doing that in New Game Plus, and I don't like the idea of streaming a New Game Plus from weapons that aren't, like, final boss weapons. I don't know. And then also, on top of that, there are so many super cool weapons that I would love to do a stream with that are just garbage. Like Dancer Swords? Are you kidding me? Those things are so fucking cool, and then they're just garbage. Because FromSoft forgot how motion values worked after Dark Souls 1. I don't know. I feel like Dark Souls 3 lends itself better to video format runs, right? That's kind of stupid damage, actually. Oh my goodness. Maybe I should grab the Chlorine Theory while I'm down here. Or the Grass Crush Shield, at least. That's kind of stupid damage. Okay. stream learning skips for Dark Souls 2 3? I mean, I guess. It's not even, like, I didn't, you know, go out of my way to learn these skips for Dark Souls 1. It was like, oh, hey, somebody talked about this skip. That seems useful for this specific routing for this run, you know? Yeah, Aquamarine Dagger, that's a weapon that I've always wanted to use and just never have because it's post-game. It's like, what am I supposed to do with that? But I don't know. Oh, right, yeah. I'll go back up to Shiva and kill his bodyguard for the Darkwood Grain Ring right after this. Right after I beat this man. Yeah, Elden Ring, I'm, first of all, terrible at Elden Ring. But on top of that, it's also insanely long. Like, significantly longer than Dark Souls 2, even without doing all remembrances. And it's just... ugh. And I don't think I would enjoy random weapon runs in Elden Ring, just because it's like... some of them are just gonna be worse than others. And I don't think that's gonna be fun. Freedom and the leitmotif started playing in your head. Yeah, that's a... yeah. Like, I think the routing in Elden Ring is great. But then you also spend 2 hours running around just gathering materials. Like, it took me, what, less than an hour to get a plus 15 before the first couple actual bosses. While in Elden Ring, you know, if I wanted a plus 25, I would have to wait until the mountaintops of the giants. And if I wanted a plus 10, like, I could get a plus 9 basically immediately. But then I have to go to Volcano Manor to get the plus 7 as early as possible, and it's just like... ugh. You know? Yeah, should have been half its size, exactly. Dark Souls 1 is a special game. I don't know, the thing is... Demon Souls, I feel like it works really well with this format, and I would absolutely love to stream Demon Souls as my main stream game, you know, every single week. But the problem with that is Demon Souls doesn't get the viewership. Which, again, is fine. I love doing the Demon Souls streams, and the people that are there are very consistent. And it's a really, really fun game to stream, and I will keep doing it. It's like... the point of the streams is to interact with people, and if nobody is going to be there, then there's no one to interact with, and that kind of defeats the purpose of streaming. Demon Souls don't got no dragon form? Yeah, that's the problem. And Demon Souls does have its own linearity problems, and it does have its own problems with, like, certain weapons just not being viable. But it's a lot better than Dark Souls 3. And then Bloodborne is another one where it's like, I have the equipment to stream that, but then it's like, the linearity is an even bigger problem than it is in Dark Souls 3. So it's just, yeah, I don't know. For this specific format, I feel like Dark Souls 1 and arguably Demon Souls are the only ones that, like, really work really, really well. Which leads me to want to do Dark Souls 2, because Dark Souls 2 would also work really well with the routing, but it wouldn't work well with, like, the timing of it. In terms with how long runs are, right? And, like, I could do 2 streams a week on one game. I would not be opposed to that at all. But every time I've done that, the viewership drops immensely for the second stream. So, yeah, absolutely play Demon Souls. Demon Souls is so, so good. Demon Souls Remake? That also doesn't get the viewership, though. It's not just that it's it's the PS3 Demon Souls. It's just Demon Souls itself doesn't get the viewership. The problem with that, though, is the point of my weapon streams is to, like, consider the viability of the weapon for just, like, a casual, fun little playthrough, right? Like, that's what I'm doing here. It takes not even an hour to max out this weapon. And in my opinion, that makes it a lot easier to use than, you know, something like the Drake Sword, which takes forever to max out. Like, even if I hadn't used glitches, I would have been able to get this maxed out in, like, hour and a half tops, you know? Yeah, the Demon Souls remake just isn't as good, in my opinion. Like, I could do night range streams. It would be a very different thing, which I don't have a problem with. But then that also just doesn't get viewership, because most of my viewer base is people who like Dark Souls 1, and that
that overlap just isn't really there, so I'd basically be building an audience from scratch in that way. Dark Souls 2 has a lot more overlap with Dark Souls 1, which leads it to being the best candidate, but again, it's just so long. I don't know. Caused your Demon Souls to be here. I really appreciate that. That's dedication. True, the Demon Souls remake has some really, really good animations. The visuals of Demon Souls, the Demon Souls remake, are the best part of it by far. Hello, S. Welcome. I'm gonna quit out so that things stop chasing me. And like, I could probably do a run in like 4 hours if I didn't do all the bosses, but then it's like, what's the point? I don't know. I need to kill this guy. Okay, that was a lot easier than I expected it to be. Okay. You know, I expected them to, like, offer some resistance, but that's fine too. Metal Gear Delta is, or Metal Gear Solid Delta is really, really good. I played up to the Fear fight, and it's so good. Okay, Dark Wood Grain Ring. Don't have Ninja Flip. There it is. I've never actually had a Ninja Flip in this game. This is brand new territory for me. This is incredible. Why have I never done this? Cartwheeling through Lordran. Backstepping? Oh my god. Does backstepping not give iframes normally? I thought it did. I thought it gave you like 4 iframes or whatever. Gonna... We'll get there eventually. Yeah, okay, Grass Crest isn't a bad idea. I'm gonna go run down and get Grass Crest. It's way too little, yeah. I mean, backstepping is only useful in PvP for, like, specifically backstep attacks, right? So... I can't believe I've never gotten Ninja Flip. Somebody told me to a few streams ago. And I said I would in the Uchigatana run. And I'm very glad I made that decision. Only Dark Souls 2 has backstep iframes? And Night Rain on Duchess, right? Specifically. Speaking of Night Rain, I needed... Oh my god. The yellow Everjail Prisoner relic. If you played Night Rain, you know exactly what I'm talking about. From the special merc shop, the signboard from the Everdarks. So I was trying my hardest to beat Everdark Calico, because my first time fighting it, I played with randoms and had no issue. So I tried playing duos with a friend and we failed. I tried playing duos with a friend and a random and we failed. I tried playing with 2 randoms and I failed. And then I tried playing solo and it was so much easier. So Everdark Calico is really easy with a juiced up fire damage build on Wilder, apparently. Gonna kill the ninja in the forest. Yeah, but like, that's harder, because then I have to deal with the entire Forest Hunters Covenant. I actually really love Night Rain. People call it like, or people, when it was coming out, called it like Fortnite, the Fortnite of Dark Souls or whatever. It's nothing like Fortnite. It's literally just a roguelite, emphasis on the light, that has Souls-like combat and bosses and stuff with like really cool and fun abilities. I think it's really, really fun. I've spent over 150 hours in it already. Okay. Sense Fortress, which I have already completed. Hour and 20 minutes in. That's lower than I've done it before, but also faster. Holster? Holster's in my bottom too. I know I have like the weirdest the weirdest ranking of the Night Lords. Nobody agrees with me, but my personal ranking It would be probably for solo specifically, it would be Maris, Gladius, Noster, I don't know. I've been going back and forth on Libra. Sometimes Libra's really fun, but I guess Libra, Caligo. I'm missing one. I'm forgetting one. Oh, Adele. I would put Adele between Libra and Caligo, actually. And then Holster, then Fulgur. Bad roguelike? I mean, it's not really a roguelike. It's a roguelite, right? The Dark Souls pandering? I think it's awesome. I honestly wish they had added just like the entire roster of every single Dark Souls boss. Just to add like more variance through runs, and it's like, I don't know. I think they changed a lot of the boss fights in ways that make them work a lot better. Oh, you know? We should probably do that. That's gonna make me bend roll, isn't it? Platoon 2? Night Rain? That's awesome. Oh. I know a lot of people really dislike Maris for whatever reason. Skill issue. But, you know, I really love Maris. Gaping Dragon and Night Rain is super fun. I think Smelter is probably my favorite night boss in Dark Souls 2. Or Dark Souls 2. My favorite old Dark Souls boss in Night Rain. Unfortunately, Freya is my least favorite, but I don't know. I think it works pretty good. Scorpionus Nachka. I would love, again, just like every single one. It's kind of wild that there are no remembrance bosses from Elden Ring in Night Rain. Roguelikes and roguelites are different. Roguelikes, you lose all your progress when you die, but runs are random. I think, like, I don't know, there aren't that many true roguelikes. Roguelites save some progress between runs, and will give you, like, think Hades, right? You have permanent unlocks between runs and stuff. That's a roguelite. While a roguelike, you would be stripped of all progress every time you die, except for maybe, like, you know, unlocking certain items or whatever. Like, I haven't played Dead Cells, but probably. Math. Is that 25%? No. Okay, I need, like, 20 endurance. That should be more than enough. The Uchigatana is a lot heavier than I would have expected. The Jacob Geller video essay? That one game. I watched it. But I don't remember. ADHD is a killer. What was the game called? I feel like if I knew what the game was, my brain would click. The comedic timing. I didn't even... I don't think I even noticed that. Got a solar painting? Yeah, I would be shocked if Dead Cells wasn't at least somewhat inspired by Dark Souls. ADHD is a killer, yeah. Three hits to stagger? That's less than I was expecting. We might be able to stagger Ornstein, actually. I'm not sure. That does make Ornstein a lot easier. Put this here for later. Gargoyles are so hot. Yeah. Your cat mopped on the keyboard. Yeah. Can't believe your cat would out you like that. Press the enter key after you type that all out, and we're gonna delete it. I tried to press the roll button. My brain failed to function. I might get back shots. Okay, now we're fine. Bornstein. Born is a fun game. I haven't played that in a long time. I haven't played anything VR for a long time, actually. I forgot I have ninja flips. How many iframes do you get on ninja flip? Isn't it like 15 or something ridiculous like that? Oh, the timing on that feels so weird, though. 14, yeah. Backshots from the Batwing Demons, yeah. I don't care about their drops. I don't know why I was waiting for a drop. Oh my god, the ninja flip is so weird. I am not gonna get used to that in the hour and a half we have left of this run. I did say smash on the Batwing Demons during that Smasher Pass, so I feel like it should be expected. At least I hope. Okay. I can't imagine Ornstein and Smo will be too horribly difficult. I wonder how much the motion value actually matters for damage on this. He's gonna go around? He's gonna go around. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Ornstein and Smo are not here. I know Smo had to go to sleep. The dodge is so fast. Oh. Okay, the ninja flip did not save me there. Oh. I got jump scared. Oh my god. Alright. Ornstein and Smo, first try, here we go. You gotta clip that. The ninja flip did not save me. You know, the four-directional rolling does feel a lot worse with the ninja flip on, admittedly. I usually don't have a problem with the four-directional rolling. I think it actually works really well for this game. I swear to god, I pressed the roll button. I blame this on the fact that I haven't played Dark Souls 1. No, never mind. I just did a solo level and playthrough. I blame this entirely on the fact that I've been playing Night Rain. 100% the fault of Night Rain, because my brain is in Night Rain mode. Alright, Ornstein and Smo, first try. Let's do this. This will be an easy first try. Uchigatana is a good weapon, right? This weapon is admittedly a lot better than I remember it being the first time I used it. Which was... God, at this point, like 5 years ago? Probably more than that. Which was, in fact, the last time I used it as well. Honestly, on the ninja flip, I feel like the actual distance matters a lot more than the iframes themselves. Poked. Does that count as thrusting damage? Probably, right? Maybe I should do Super Ornstein. I don't want to. I'm not gonna wear the Leo ring either way. Oh my god, we actually staggered him. That's crazy. First try. This game's easy. Hey, there's a bleed. Didn't do very much, but there's a bleed. we go. Instability damage. That was a very easy Super Ornstein fight, or Super Smoke fight. First try. Easiest boss of my life. God damn indeed. Okay, that should be enough to wear armor, right? At least a little bit of it. Yes. No. Okay, that's fine. Gold hem set might actually be better. Probably is better. In every conceivable way, but you know. That's strange. Why would that not show up? That's so weird. YouTube is weird sometimes. I don't know. Okay. Sif time. Level are we? 48. That's pretty high. I mean, silver serpent ring, so it makes sense, but that's like really high. YouTube is not being cooperative at all. That happens. Gold hemmed with ninja flip is extremely cunty. I feel like so my favorite armor set is gold hemmed with the brass set, specifically the brass leggings and gloves, and then the gold hemmed robe, cloak, and the hood. And I think that would look incredibly good with ninja flip. What did you say that got censored? Oh. Okay, it'll probably take all 7 heads. I do have 2 blackfire bombs, but I don't think that's enough to take off a head. I don't remember. I think it's 3. It is weak of fire. I don't know. I'll figure it out. In theory, I won't have to take off the final head, just deal enough damage. We'll see. I forgot I have, like, no health. Oh my goodness. I forget the range on that. I think that does count as thrusting damage, or pierce damage. Ninja flip feels so wrong. So weird. Politics, no big. Look, I had to deal damage. I like quality weapons. I like damage. Even if it means I like glass cannon. I go 2740 on the broadsword before I level vigor at all. Ugh. The ninja flip did not help me at all there. How much is that? 356? Okay, yeah. Quality is superior, this is true. Just does more damage, therefore it is better. More damage, more gooder. I mean, yeah, like, I can beat Dark Souls without leveling up damage stats, but like, why would I when I can deal more damage? It's not like I'm gonna get hit. I say as I get hit very frequently. You absolutely do not need ADP for Dark Souls 2. Literally just grab a shield and you're fine. Yeah. Don't need vigor if you don't get hit, exactly. The R2, it's extremely slow. Oh my goodness, didn't even need the fire bombs. Wait, that gives you fast roll in water? That's funny. Wait, is that the same as it is? I don't remember. Feel that she was getting hit in the first place. True. The world's slowest fast weapon swing. Is that... I thought the Chaos Blade had the same moveset as the Uchi. Does it not? Roll animation doesn't change? Okay. I don't know. I used the Chaos Blade that one time for that one video that I made like over a year ago, and that's it. Extremely difficult. Okay. And now we do Sif. Would it be faster, actually, to warp back to the bonfire and then walk from there through the crest door? Not actually sure. Sure was an enemy. My time, there'll be no one else. Cry, it's the way I fly to you. Wish I could actually sing. That'd make that way funnier if I just like broke out into majestic song while climbing a ladder for the bit. That's why TB Skyan does it better. He can actually sing. I'm still in a dream. Ninja Flip is very funny. Snake Eater. Metal Gear Solid 3 Ladder Climb Simulator. Did you play it? Was it accurate? Well, yeah, I mean, like, I've sang before. I used to be good at singing. There's potential. It's just not there right now. And it would take a lot of practice to get good at singing again. And, like, I want to, but I don't know. I already use my voice for work so much that it's like I don't want to use my voice too much. It's also, I really want to because I love singing. Singing is very, very fun. I don't know. I'm gonna grab Hornet Ring. Almost can do Johnny Cash. One of my biggest problems with singing, I don't get voice dysphoria very often, but singing baritone is like, that used to be very much a compensation for me. Like, I loved the fact that I sang baritone because I didn't like my voice when I thought I was a guy. So now that I know that I'm not a guy, singing baritone feels weird because it used to be not that, you know? I don't know. But that's probably my biggest thing with not singing super often. Vocal cords just do that. Understandable. Okay, 4 kings. Shouldn't be too terrible, I don't think. It's not even that it has masculine associations in general. It's just like in my brain, I specifically associate it with masculinity because I used it as compensation for my lack of masculinity when I thought I was a guy and when I was like insecure about that. Actually, it's kind of funny. Before I transitioned, I stopped being self-conscious about not being a masculine guy I embraced the femboy, the femboy title for a while before I actually transitioned. I don't know. I don't get dysphoria in general very often, but that's one of the few things that does it, singing. And even then, it's not super common, but it does happen every now and then. Speaking of singing, my favorite song to sing, and I think it's because it's like perfectly in my range, is Love and Hate by Michael Kiwanuka. Very good song. Highly recommend. There are a lot of good songs. A lot of good bands. My favorite band right now is probably the Family Crest. And like, they're not like incredibly unknown, but they're not super popular, which sucks because their music is incredible. Hearts on Fire is probably my favorite song ever. The Years is really good. Before Your Father Hears Us is really good. Like, they just have so many good songs. I can put this on after the boss fight. Excuse me. Excuse me! That's gonna kill me. It's not. We're fine. Think you're tone deaf? I mean... Are you sure about that? Or is it just because you feel like you can't sing right now? That is a lot less damage than I was anticipating. Get strafed. Oh. Okay, I would not have dodged that without Ninja Flip. Okay. Looks like it's actually going to be 4 kings this time. Can you come over here, please? Oh my god. Okay, that's fine. That one's easy to dodge. In fact, I don't know that I've ever actually been hit by that attack. I've tried to get hit by it intentionally, and it didn't work very well. Oh, nope. Good kings. The Amazing Devil is another really good band that's not nearly well known enough. Are bands? I think they're just a duo, actually. I'm not sure. The Arcadian Wild is significantly more well known than those two, but I don't know. Indie folk. If you're into indie folk, The Amazing Devil and the Arcadian Wild are both incredible. If you're into like R&B or... Oh, Crane Wives are also really good. They're like R&B folk rock. Really, really good. Oh, I forgot to put on Silver Serpent. That's fine. The kings are dead. Yeah, music, if you're not like already, I don't know, starting with an instrument made it a lot easier, and then I got like actual proper, I was in choir through like 6 years of school. So, R&B folk rock, yep. The Crane Wives, very, very good. Okay, bit of chaos. Crane Wives are probably the most well-known of the bands I mentioned. Yeah, Arcadian Wild did do Hey Runner. They also did The Poet, which is probably my favorite song by them. They did a cover of Everybody Wants to Rule the World, which is significantly better than the original, in my opinion. They did Wolves of the Revolution, which is also very, very good. You like a girl who likes the Crane Wives? She's got good taste. At least in music. Yeah, above all, like, honestly, regardless of what music you like, I highly, highly recommend at least listening to the Family Crest. especially Hearts on Fire. Such a good song. It's so, so good. Especially if you listen to lyrics. I think the Family Crest has, like, their instrumentation and, like, harmonies and melodies and everything is incredible. And their lyricism is also, it, like, adds to that so much. I feel like you kind of have to listen to lyrics to like folk a lot of the time. I don't know. Not because it sounds bad. I think folk sounds incredible, but the lyrics really add to folk a lot of the time. Kind of the point of it a lot of the time as well. Same with punk, right? But on opposite sides of the spectrum, arguably. Okay. It's always so weird having stamina after the beginning of the game not having stamina. Oh god, the Calamite bodybuilder thing. I'm also very lyrically driven. I can have a song that I don't like the sound of very much, and then I'll hear a lyric that I really love, and it'll just completely change how the song sounds for me. It's a very strange experience. Like, I'll go back and listen to the full song after hearing that lyric, and I'll, like, start to enjoy the song more. That's the only reason I like, I'm Not Crazy by AJR. $500? Honestly, the body pillows were that. I don't know. Maybe take the laptop first, though. Out of the way, egg boy. I don't remember. Someone called him that. I don't remember if it was another Souls Trooper or if it was someone in my comments. But I can't not think of him as Egg Boy now. Yeah, I think indie pop can be good. I don't know. AJR, I feel like gets more hate than they deserve. I don't dislike AJR in general, but the only reason that I started listening to them at all was because of the lyrics and I'm Not Crazy. I don't know, it might have been you. I have zero recollection of who I learned that from. Or even when I learned it. Time is not real. Iggy. That's incredible. I love that. Iggy. Just dropped the N from his name. Did he just fall? Imagine immense skill issue. Jesus. I mean, it's probably because of the, like, weird little divot in the ground, but... Capra Demon is a skill issue. Just put on the wolf ring. Hello, Styro, welcome. Capra Demon fell off. Needs 2 dogs to try and kill you. Yeah. The Uchigatana. Somebody... I was... I was talking about that with my roommate yesterday. We were playing Night Rain. I'm like, oh, I gotta stream tomorrow. Like, I'm using the Uchigatana. He's like, yeah, the Uchigatana. And I could not believe she said that, but of course, my name reflects that. Top left if you're not familiar with Dark Souls 1 menus. I try to make my name funny in these streams. Not very hard, usually, but I'm back here. I do try to make it at least a little bit humorous. Uchigatana. Really? Yeah, I mean, that's a fair reason to not like AJR, but like, I don't know. I listen to 2, maybe 3 of their songs frequently. Wow, I'm not crazy. Sober Up, I like a little bit. Or actually, I like it quite a bit. I don't know. There aren't that many that I listen to. Guilty pleasure bands? I have 2 of them. The Oh Hellos, who are only a guilty pleasure because they're Christian and their lyrics are so unabashedly Christian. But for some reason, they don't trigger my religious trauma. But they have some incredible songs. They do indie folk. Anyway, yeah, them and Red, which is another Christian band, Christian symphonic metalcore. And the only reason I still listen to Red is because there's nothing that sounds like them. And it's so annoying because I love how they sound, but they're the only thing that sounds like that. I can't find anything else that sounds even remotely similar. Which sucks because they sound so good. It's such a unique and interesting and good sound. Oh. Oh my goodness, Ninja Flip unironically saved me there? That's crazy. Can this guy bleed? He can bleed in Night Rain, I'm pretty sure. Is that a bleed? Oh, looked like a bleed. I get the souls. Okay, there it is. That took a while. Put this back on. Hardest boss in the game, indeed. Dragon Yahweh and got no messages. I have no idea, actually. Yeah, like Dear Wormwood is an incredible song. Really, really good lyricism. I think there are a couple songs that are like, oh, that's just like Christianity, like Soldier Poet King. Then there are other ones that are just like so good. Like The Dawn is a really, really good one. Hello My Old Heart is really good. Yeah, they have a lot of really good songs. He's still chasing me? I've never had a dragon chase me that far. Or the dragon butts. Sacrilegious trauma? It did not, or at least I didn't see it. I'm drinking water. I also have a sore throat. It's not just because I'm not drinking water. I want a little bit more endurance. I want to be able to wear the full gold hem set. The 1.0 release of this area? You mean the blinding pepperoni? I have indeed played Predator Edition. Glow stick. The glow stick juice. Do they have a bigger aggro range in 1.0? I know if you stick to the actual path, none of the dragon butts will actually aggro on you at all. burnt cheese. Much bigger? That's unfortunate. I could do like a 1.0 stream. That could be fun. Breaking all the glow sticks. That makes sense. Have you ever drank the glow stick liquid? I did on accident one time. I do not remember it at all. I was like probably 4 or 5. I was way too young to be trusted with a glow stick. And I distinctly remember I got peanut butter on it. And somehow in the process of getting the peanut butter off of the glow stick, I broke it. And it was like, you know, it's obviously highly toxic, but it was so little of it that it didn't matter. But like, I know for sure that I got a little bit of the glow stick liquid in my mouth. And I don't understand how that happened to this day. Excuse me. Honestly, Power Within, glow stick goo made you queer. Yeah, that makes sense. Power Within would probably be worth it just for the stamina regen on Ninja Flip. It was awesome. That sounds awesome. Okay, hopefully I make this jump first try. We shall see. Hello? Do the thing. Here it is. Alright, good luck with work. Thank you for being here while you could. And I look forward to seeing it if you are able to find it. Okay, hard part of Bed of Chaos is over, and now I just need to not get bearded. Or firestormed. Both of those would be unfortunate. I'm sure I can wear the gloves by now, right? I'm not good enough at math to do that on the fly. Oh, never mind. I think we said both. I don't remember. I said for the tree smash and for the bug pass, I think. I don't remember. It's been a while. Yeah, the bug controls the tree. I almost made it. I was hoping the Ninja Flip would save me, but it did not. That did make that significantly faster though, wow. Oh right, we already beat Pinwheel, I forgot about that. Okay. That means just straight down to Nido. Tree mech, yeah. Splinters would be worth it. The splinters and burns, more than worth it. 25. Yeah, that's probably good. I should be able to wear the gloves at least. Hat? No hat. That's fine. Hey, an Estus refill. Cool. I'm gonna pop souls so I can get a little bit more health for Nido. I feel like that'll be useful. Okay. 2 more levels. That should be good. That'll make the difference. You sorry soul. I didn't mean to ninja flip out of his range, but that was funny, so I don't really care. Oh, so next week, the weapon that I'll be streaming with next week is being decided by a poll. So if you want to check out the community tab on my channel, There's a poll to decide what weapon will be streamed next. I believe the Dragon Greatsword is currently winning the poll, and the Large Club is in dead last, which is kind of exactly what I expected. But I also haven't checked since last night. Or not Dragon Greatsword, sorry, the Obsidian Greatsword. Same thing. Yeah, the animation speed for the woman was different, so you could do the boss soul dupe glitch and prepare to die. Yeah, last I checked, the Obsidian Greatsword was at like 57% with over 200 votes. So, you know, I'm sure the Obsidian Greatsword will in fact win. I would be genuinely shocked if it didn't. Beat dragon form? I don't want to get one-shot by everything. I'll use dragon form to get the weapon. To cut off Calamit's tail. Dragon form no hit run. I mean, I just did dragon form soul level 1, which was pretty close to that. The lava in Lost Izalith only killed me, or almost killed me. I had to heal in the middle of Lost Izalith, like in the middle of the lava, just so I didn't die. If no dragon form, then skill issue. I'll use dragon form to get the weapon. Winged Spear Advocate, so level 2. Yeah, let me level up Vitality once. Endurance would be more useful. I'm excited to do all the weapons. Warpick is probably the one I'm most excited for. The Obsidian Greatsword is interesting, because, you know, it's only, like, buffable boss weapon. So just for that alone, I am, like, interested in using it and seeing what I can do with it and what the damage is like and everything, but the Warpick is, like, such an underutilized weapon that I've never seen anyone use. So I am also very interested in that. The ideal level would be in resistance. True. Chubby boy dragons. It's true, it is the closest. That is unfortunate. They have killer thighs. If it worked IRL, would I pick? That's a good question. Would it work like it does in Dark Souls? So, like, for instance, right, if I leveled up my dexterity, would I become more dexterous, or would I be slightly better at using a knife? Like, how are we defining that? As in, like, works like in Dark Souls? Okay. I don't know. They too buff. You can't see the muscles though. It's under the dragon armor, isn't it? I haven't actually used dragon form in Dark Souls 2 very much. Dark Souls 2 dragon form with the champions ring or whatever it's called. I don't remember what it's called. Honestly, I don't even know how to get dragon form in Dark Souls 2. Now that I think about it. There's my first Dark Souls 2 stream. I gotta get dragon form. Oh, good. Come on, Neo, hurry up. 50 scales? Dragon or ninja roll saved me there, like genuinely. My next DS2 video is probably gonna be pickaxe, actually. That damage is fine. the slash damage is really putting in work. I don't know. Realistically, if I were to do it in a stream, I would definitely hack it in. Because any grinding during a stream would be awful. I've never had him do this at close range. That's weird. That's not true. I've had him do it at close range a couple times. But it's very rare. Okay, base game done. Now we can go to the DLC. 500 positive KD. That's actually so awful. You only finish once you become the dragon. Yeah. I'm not, like, disappointed, because that is something that I would say. But the fact that YouTube let you put that in there is baffling to me. She grins at. It's worth it. Not just like the word edging. I don't know. It's the vibes. I know YouTube isn't smart enough to like. It's the vibes, you know. The YouTube AI isn't powerful enough to block stuff like that yet, but once it is. Whoa. Yeah, top chat and live chat are different. I use top chat on the video because live chat lets through everything. Maybe not everything, but a lot of stuff. I didn't do Duke's Archives? I can't believe I genuinely just completely forgot the archives. Okay. That's actually so awful. I cannot believe this. It just slipped my mind completely. The bottom only uses top chat. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I would have remembered if the Pasaka was here. Look, it's not my fault. It's fine. We can do it now. I'll remember to backstab the third Pasaka. It's okay. Pardon me. I didn't forget the... It's... Look. I was excited to fight Calamite, okay? Can you blame me? It's fine. This is why I always do the Duke's Archive second, because if I don't, I'll forget them. Because they're the least memorable part of the game aside from the Pasakas. Yeah, well... Look. I'm not perfect, okay? That's okay. It's fine. We're doing them now. I don't want to fight Seath. Can you blame me? I don't like Seath. No. No, I'm sorry. It's not... Look, I have ADHD. I didn't forget about you. I just forgot that things exist. That happens all the time. It's not you. I definitely need to heal before he does his dance and buffs them. There we go. Flash damage is so useful in the archive. I'm gonna get shoulder checked and die. I need to be more careful. I made you a Pasaka. Hey, I'm not Sith. I'm better than that, okay? I wouldn't do that unless you wanted me to. Okay, this archer is being annoying. Okay, everything's fine. The Pasaka will be done once I get to the prison tower. Okay, it's fine. Pardon me. Gave you an aneurysm? That's... yeah. I made sure to get it in the Fading Flame playthrough I did, the mod. And it was awful. And I don't think that the thing was even changed at all. Pardon me. Oh my god, that is so fast. I should have used the one-handed moveset more. I want to see the damage difference on Seath, actually. Okay, I need to go pee. I think this is a good time. I will be right back. Okay, I am back. I also refilled my water. So funny thing, I forgot I had controller vibration on, and I set my controller on my desk, and then the controller started vibrating while Seath was attacking me. And when I got back, my controller was on the ground. And it's kind of tangled up with my headphones cord, but it's fine. Okay, no longer tangled. I got it. Character parried randomly. Oh yeah, that would be from the controller falling. Okay. Press for that, cause Prasakas, you're alive? Okay. I mean, if you're here... Or just honk randomly. If you're here, that would mean dragons are involved, right? It's third, right? You're the third? The third Pasaka? Need to make sure. Oh my goodness. Okay. I kind of lost it. I think it's this one. Okay, we're good. We did it. That's the wrong attack. That's... Come on. Come on, you got this. Come on. Come on, you got this. Oh my god. I need to heal so I don't die from this. There we go. I might get thrown off the edge. Okay. There we go. Knows how to tease. Being edged. Made from Pisaka. That's awful. I cannot believe you would say that. Oh, hello, Hawkbird Tree. Welcome. I hope you enjoy the time that you're back. Okay, I do have to backstab the last one, though, just as a rule. Here we go. Wait, this guy fell. He fell through the stairs. I forgot they do that sometimes. I think it's because the stairs get deloaded or something. Ow. I tried to backstab and it didn't work very well. Uh-oh. Everything's fine. There we go. I'm too used to, like, Night Rain backstab positioning and... it's not working. The message didn't show in the chat. Uh-oh. That makes me apprehensive to even ask what it is. Actually, not really. YouTube censor stuff I probably shouldn't censor all the time. Make boy shouldn't get workers' comp for deloading stairs. True. Oh, should get workers' comp. You know, I was going with the angle that we were making a joke about workers' compensation, like being a thing that is stingy, but you know, that works too. Killing the merchant because he's just there is really funny. And also, I did the exact same thing with the Crestfallen Warrior in my first playthrough. Anti-union solar pellets? No, it was a bit, I swear. I'm extremely pro-union. Unions are incredibly based. They're like one of the coolest things. We can still do that. It should, not will. I'm not racist against snake people. Snake people are cool. Would that be speciesist? I don't know. Sneeple. I love the Sneeple. Someone could be anti-union because they like money. You can kick them out of that? Does that prevent the buff? Does that guy actually buff anyone? Is anyone close enough? I've never played Metal Gear on stream. I have, however, played Metal Gear. I've played all three... I played 4 of the 5 mainline Metal Gear Solid games. I've played most of Peace Walker. And I played a tiny bit of 5, but I want to finish Peace Walker before I play 5. I did play Ground Zeroes, which I should not have done before Peace Walker, but you know. That's people who voted for Brexit. Yeah. Honestly, mostly ignorance. Oh, I have also played most of Revengeance. I never beat it, because I'm terrible at hack and slashes, but I have played a little bit of Revengeance. Oof. My shoulder. Someone just broke something. Ground Zeroes on Steam comes with Metal Gear Solid 5. It's not a demo, but it is like an hour long. There's like a lot of side content and extra missions and stuff. If you 100%ed Ground Zeroes, you'd probably get an extra, I don't know, like 5-6 hours in it. But it does come free with Metal Gear Solid 5 on Steam now. It's also like really, really heavy. Like the other Metal Gear Solid games are heavy, but like Ground Zeroes is very heavy. Like that one fucked me up for a bit. Yeah, I don't want to finish Peace Walker just because I don't like the base building and I don't like the boss fights. The missions, the normal missions are great. Like probably on par in quality with Metal Gear Solid 3, but the boss fights are so Solid Metal Gear is heavy. Metal Gear. Hideo Kojima, what are you doing here? You like rescuing him from the back of the truck. That was the best part of Peace Walker. That was so funny. I mean, you can just kill everyone. You don't have to be stealthy. Hello, Nblisimo. Nblisima. You changed your name. Welcome. Unless you're just like a different person who happens to have the exact same name, but with one letter changed. Yeah, seeing the snake in first person randomly, that's totally a good reason to run out of the room, especially as a kid. Keep escape. True. Why was Shadow the Hedgehog talking to Kojima? I don't know. They both like Latinos, probably. It depends. I wouldn't recommend playing them in chronological order anyway. But yeah, it would be, if I'm remembering correctly, it would be, yeah, MGS3, Peace Walker, MGS5, MG1 and 2, then MGS1, MGS2, MGS4, and then Revengeance is the last one, I think. Okay, yeah, that's I figured you changed it for that reason. That's not good. I'm in a very bad position for this. It's fine. Yeah, unfortunately, 4 is kind of in a bad position being stuck on the PS4 right alongside Bloodborne. Master Collection Volume 2 needs to come out right now so that I can play MGS4 on PC and not have it crash every 2 seconds. I need to finish MGS4. I made it to Shadow Moses, and then it just like kept crashing too much. I couldn't finish it. I made it to Shadow Moses with it crashing like every hour or 2 at most. I'd have to save pretty much constantly. I played Twin Snakes, after being like super into Metal Gear Solid for a while. And it's actually genuinely really fun. It's just really, really bad as a remake. Oh yeah, PS3. Yeah, same thing. It's stuck on PS3 right alongside Bloodborne on the PS4. Same thing. Either way, it's stuck on a console that is really hard to emulate because of exactly how Metal Gear Solid 4 works. Yeah, extremely difficult boss. I wouldn't say that release order makes more sense than chronological order, but you're gonna miss out on a lot of references and stuff if you play it in chronological order. Oh. You know? I love the fact... I don't know if you did this on purpose. I love the fact that you're saying Moses built the ark. That's like a classic gotcha joke. When in fact it was Noah that built the ark. Oh, Twin Snakes is awful. Like, it's a good game. It's a good Metal Gear Solid game. However, it obliterates Metal Gear Solid 1. Like, Otacon's character is just gone. On top of, like, a lot of the other dialogue stuff and whatever. And most importantly, like, the gameplay of Metal Gear Solid 1 is just gone. Because you get the Mark 22 at the beginning of the game, and then the rest of the game is just easy. You know? You have a lot of movement that you didn't have in Metal Gear Solid 1, so that the levels were not designed for. And it just, like, breaks the entire game design. I do think it's really fun to play after Metal Gear Solid 1. That was Jonah. Jonah built the ark, right? The Shadow Jews. Probably, yeah. Hey, stagger. And was that a bleed? Or was that just stupid damage? Extremely short Sanctuary Guardian fight, as usual, unfortunately. Really fast weapon. A lot faster than I remember it being. Shadow Moses did a lot of things. Yeah, I mean, there are worse remakes than Twin Snakes, but Twin Snakes is good after Metal Gear Solid 1. I don't think it's good to play as a replacement for Metal Gear Solid 1. I think that's the thing that most people think. Prefer Shadow David, who beat Shadow Goliath. I shouldn't actually do that. I'll do that when I activate Calamite, but otherwise I'll keep normal speed. You know, actually, it wasn't David who killed Goliath. Most scholars believe it was a guy called Elhanan who actually killed Goliath. And they changed it to David while David was king to, like, give more credence to his kingliness. So yeah. It was actually you? Damn. Elhanan in the chat as we speak. One of my favorite videos I ever made was the Titan Souls lore breakdown. That was before my voice changed. That was before I, like, started unmasking my voice, so I don't like my voice in that video. But that was a really, really fun video to do, and it covered a lot of like Jewish mythology, which was really fun. Because at the time especially, but even now I'm, like, really, really into Jewish mythology, just because I think it's so much more interesting to see it after, you know, coming out of Christianity and deconverting, and just, like, seeing it from the outside from another perspective is really, really interesting. So that was a really, really fun video to make. That was a long time ago, though. Shadow the Hedgehog. Jesus got railed on a cross. My god. Literally. I didn't do a Titan Souls review, did I? Oh, the Titan Souls lore review? I don't know. I wanted to do, like, a follow-up to my Death's Door one, just because there was so much in Death's Door that I didn't really cover in that video, but I don't know. It would take so much time to get back into that game and remember everything and whatever. And lore videos in general, like, I mean, I did the Gwendolyn one, which kind of had the same vibes, but Shadow Jesus is definitely your best joke of this stream. It's up there. It's pretty funny. Return in Night Rain. Yeah, I gotta get Calamite in the Night Rain DLC. We got Caligo. Caligo's cool too. I actually really like Everdark Caligo. It's a lot more fun in solo, where you actually have to, like, understand the moves instead of dodging and praying. Highly recommend trying Everdark Calico solo if you haven't already. Shadow Calamite. Shadow Gwendolyn. Jesus. Normal Artorias is a he-him lesbian. Shadow Artorias is a she-her gay man. What games have I been playing outside of Souls games recently? I've been so hyper fixated on Night Rain recently. Celeste, I did everything in Celeste except for 8C and Farewell, which are like the actual hard things. 7C was pretty hard. 7B was also pretty hard. I think 7B has my most deaths with like 600. 8B didn't have nearly that many. I don't know that I'm going to be able to rake a stance, so I'm not even going to try. But 8C has been rough because I'm absolutely awful at wave dashing. I guess it's not even wave dashing. You can just hyper, which makes it a lot easier for me. But you know, the funny thing about that is Shadow Celeste could arguably be Badalin, who does make you fall down the mountain. I played a lot of Pico 8. I beat Pico 8. I think I got sub 230 at one point. Exponential multiplayer scaling? I haven't tried Everdark Libra at all because I don't like the idea of having to deal with the summons. Getting over it if you're bad at it. I really like getting over it, actually. I wanted to get the Golden Pot achievement, which is climb the mountain 50 times. And I got 30 something, I think. I want to go back and finish that up eventually. Shadow Bennett Foddy. Oops. Okay. That was extremely easy, actually. I've also actually been playing Elden Ring a little bit. I've been doing a straight sword playthrough, but I mean, every time I play it, it just makes me want to play Night Rain more. So. What level am I? 74. It's higher than I usually am. Playing Bloodborne again. I really want to do a Bloodborne series like I did with Dark Souls 3, just like playing through it and doing commentary on it and whatever, but it's so hard to play because I have to use a PlayStation controller, which is very much not good for my RSI. Like even the PS5 controller, it's a lot better than the PS4 controller, but it is still awful for me. So I can play maybe an hour at a time before my thumb just starts hurting so bad. Oh my god, yeah, I've been... Whenever I play Elden Ring after playing Night Rain, I spend probably half an hour unlearning Surge Sprint. I tried to Surge Sprint in Demon Souls one time. Significantly more than one time, actually. It was so awful. I think Bluepoint would do Bloodborne justice, as opposed to Demon Souls, where they did a lot of it worse in a lot of ways. I think Bloodborne would be a lot better for a Bluepoint remake. I'll try. I kind of want to try Everdark Libra with randoms just to like learn the moveset and then try it solo. That's what I did for Caligo and it worked out really well. Dragon character. I really hope that the two things that I want from Night Rain DLC, the two characters that I want from Night Rain DLC, would be a paladin, like a strength faith build, as opposed to a pure faith with recluse, or I mean revenant and recluse. Because like we have dexterity, intelligence with Tetris, right? So a paladin strength faith build would be really fun. And something with like perfume arts, like the perfume weapons, you know? I think that'd be really fun to just like have shadow pellets when it's Halloween. Search for Demon Souls and it worked. That would have been truly incredible. I think Elden Ring is a lot harder than any other Souls game if you're not using summons and stuff and like broken weapon arts. If you are, it's the easiest. But if you're like trying to just do a pure no summons playthrough, it's way, way harder. Have you done Melania? Melania is hard. Melania is awful. In a first playthrough. She took me a... Not as... I didn't get like the horror story, 24 hours of straight trying. But it took me like probably an hour or two to beat her. You're hoping Birdman would be Paladin? Yeah. Guardian is so underwhelming. Malaria, very difficult. I wish Guardian was good. Especially because Raider is just a better tank in every way and just does more damage. Right, Menace. I did this yesterday at level 1 with the dragon form only, so this should be relatively easy. Wish you were good. Same. No, I mean like spirit summons, not like people summons. My biggest problem with Elden Ring isn't even the difficulty, it's that the difficulty comes from the fact that it is trial and error. There's so many attacks that you cannot react to. Like, Market's a bad example, but it is also the easiest example. The attack where he holds his staff over his head, he does have a little bit of its health, so you can actually react to that one. But there are some bosses that have attacks that are simply unreactable unless you know the timing that's coming. And that makes it so that learning fights is just kind of annoying for me. What's the jump attack damage? 521. That's not bad damage at all. Oh my god, that's the wrong attack. What is that? I've never seen that in my life. I'm getting cocky because ninja flip. I need to not do that. You know what? I get it. I get the like aggressive Dark Souls 1 dex build now. I'll never do it because I am a slow, methodical player at heart, but like, I get it with ninja flip and a fast dex weapon, like, that makes that so much easier to dodge. Oh my god. Ninja flip is overpowered. FromSoft, please nerf. I still don't get not playing locked on though. That's the one with the follow-up. I forgot. I didn't even need to time that. What? It would be cool if you could cut off Manus's tail, yeah. And get like an actually cool like strength whip weapon or something. A whip that was good and people understood that it was good. The normal whip is good. People just don't know that because you get it extremely early game, and it's terrible early game because you need to have good scaling at a high level for it to be good. Like a strength whip that you get at the end of the game, that would be really cool. I don't know. When I'm in the mood for some trial and error boss fights, it's fun, and I do like it a lot. I have over 400 hours in Elden Ring, but when I'm not in the mood for it, it pisses me off, and I cannot get into it at all. Yep, Calamite time. I did not forget. Don't worry. Manus horns and those red eyes. If I knew how to make weapons, that would be one that I would add to my mod. Talk to me. have so many characters on Elden Ring. I've done so many. Trying to think, how many runs have I done in Elden Ring? I've done like at least 30 full runs of the game. All remembrances. I've done 2 playthroughs of the DLC. One solo, one was with Minnow. Which was really fun, actually. Believe it or not, fighting extremely difficult bosses with someone else who's actually good at the video game was a really fun experience. Propose to Calamite? True. If you come back in New Game Plus with the Calamity Ring, I should let you propose to him. Back to horror games? I don't know. I feel like they're just gonna... Because like Miyazaki said that Elden Ring is almost exactly what he's wanted to make this whole time, right? And I feel like, honestly, that's more from a narrative perspective than anything. But it's also like, here's this insane challenge. Now find the tools to overcome it. Which like, I don't know, I feel like they're leaning too hard on the insane challenge, but it's Miyazaki's artistic vision, whatever. But I don't know. I hope they go back to something more like Dark Souls 1. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I would love it a lot. Maybe Dark Souls 2. I guess Elden Ring has been described as Dark Souls 2 too a lot, which isn't inaccurate, but... It's also not the same vibe as Dark Souls 2 at all. That is a very fast weapon. Wow. Oh god! I thought I was close enough for that. That's not a safe heal. That's fine. I have Ninja Flip, so I'm overpowered. Dark Souls 2.5, yeah. That's not the attack I thought it was going to be. I have tinnitus now. I already had tinnitus, it's fine. I don't know why I got that confused. I haven't done that in so long. Level design of Dark Souls 1. Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to sound weird. I think Dark Souls 3 has the strongest level design for the style of game that it is. And I think Dark Souls 1 has the best level design. Dark Souls 2 has the best level design despite that. Just because I prefer the way that Dark Souls 2 level design makes you play over how Dark Souls 3 does it. Damn, really? Come on. Tail Sim? There it is. Hey, another one. Throwing it back. Right in the cloaca. Yeah, that would kill me too. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know. I don't think that was... I don't think the developers were getting the same vibes that you are. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, it's more like the ulcerated tree spirit if you want to compare it to another boss. But yeah, it's very strange that they decided. It's probably because that's such a huge damage opportunity that they changed it with later bosses, that they wanted to be... Well, I don't know, with like Madeira, for instance, you're supposed to hit the head and exclusively the head. So it kind of makes sense that they did that with Madeira. But it is annoying that they kept it with later dragons where hitting the head isn't always the optimal strategy. I think the Chalice dungeons were a really cool idea that wasn't executed on perfectly. That is my entire opinion on the Chalice dungeons. I barely did them past the ones that were required for the achievements. I beat the queen, and that was it. That was like where I stopped with the Chalice dungeons. See, we're ending on level 79. Too bad it's not 10 levels lower. I'm gonna put on the Hornet Ring now so I don't forget. I don't know. Cool idea. Bad execution. Calabeat. Yeah, Calamite was Calabeat. Actually, I don't have any setup to do. I don't have to like do power within, so there's no reason for me to stop there and cut out. That's not terrible damage. Fake Pegpa. God damn it, I was expecting a fast slash. Oh my goodness. Must have played with every weapon? No, actually, I have a list. 1 second. The list is... which actually are the streams that I'm gonna do in the future. So the next polls in order. There's the 4 that are in the poll now. I haven't used any of them, I don't think. There's the Stone Greatsword, the Rapier, the Reinforced Club. I have used the Reinforced Club and the Great Scythe. I'm gonna do streams with those. The Dragon Greatsword, which I've used. The Falchion, which I haven't. Spear, which I haven't. Pike, which I haven't. The Stone Great Axe, which I haven't. Dragon Slayer Spear, which I have. Mailbreaker, which I haven't. And Silver Knight Spear, which I haven't. And there's also... I want to do a video with great bows, great bow only, crossbow only. I have used all the Black Knight weapons, but I'm going to make a video with those. A video with the Artorias Greatswords, the Parrying Dagger, the Dark Hand, the Notched Whip, and Guardian Tail, those 2 whips. And I have not used the Morning Star either. So, there's your rundown on all the weapons that I both have not done content with, and also have not used. Oh yeah, okay, first try, Gwyn, we got this. This will be easy. Yeah. I mean, I feel like they could have been like a really good offhand if they didn't take forever to use. I kind of wanted to do sniper crossbow only because, oh, it's the worst weapon in the game or whatever, but it's not actually that terrible. Like, it sucks, but it's not the worst thing in the game. But it's also just kind of frustrating to use. A plin pawn joke to no avail. I forgot to heal, and it didn't punish me. Greed never goes unpunished. Or never... My greed is never punished. Here we go. Okay. I lost my steez last time. I'm not dropping it this time. See? There we go. Oh. There we go. Easy. Okay, I can't make joke about Calamite sitting on you. I let that through. Okay. Thoughts on the weapon? It's alright. It's fast. It feels good to use. I understand the love for it now, even if it's not close to one of my favorite weapons. I do think it's really fun. Ninja Flip is funny, and I'm kind of upset at myself for never having used it before. YouTube standards are truly insane. Yeah, Silver Serpent Ring is nice to have throughout the game. Got to almost level 80. I barely make it to level 70 most of the time. Yeah, next week will almost definitely be the Obsidian Greatsword, but you can still vote for it to make sure, or vote for something else, so I don't use that next stream. We'll see. Gwyn's plan getting planned anymore? Gwyn's plin getting planned? Do you plan on my plan till I plan? Don't vote for something else. Obsidian sword. Ow. Okay, I'm doing a second stream right now. Anyway. Hopefully I'll have a video out this Saturday. And also next week gonna be streaming again. So hopefully. Assuming nothing goes wrong. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I love you all, and I don't know how to end this. She plin on my plin till I plan.